So we are now seeing some huge catalysts and updates for Dogecoin. And in this video, I'm going to talk about where we are headed from here. So it appears that more and more crypto investors are now getting bullish on Dogecoin. And this is why we are now seeing that major crypto whales have started to accumulate more and more Dogecoin. And according to WhaleStats data, Dogecoin has made a comeback among the top 10 most purchased tokens by BSC whales. And this came after a top BNB whale purchased a whopping 8.9 million Dogecoin, worth around $1.5 million during the last 24 hours. So it is now clear that major investors are eyeing massive price movement from Doge in the near future. And this is exactly why they are now buying more and more coins. And this is exactly why we are now seeing that the number of holders for Doge has been increasing dramatically over the past few weeks. And as per recent data from BSC Scan, the investors' interest in Dogecoin is currently at its peak, as about 8,000 new addresses on average are joining and accumulating Doge on a daily basis. And at the moment, we can see here that there are about 530,000 wallets holding Dogecoin. And the main thing to note here is that this figure was standing around 480,000 at the start of February. So this means that more than 40,000 new holders have arrived on the scene within the past 7 days. And this is just more and more confirmation that investors have now started to invest in Dogecoin. And I think that this rise in trading volume for Dogecoin is indicating that the buyer's interest is at higher prices. And I think that this might lead Dogecoin to rally up sooner than later. And the most important thing is that such an increased pace of mounting holders also shows that something big is coming for Dogecoin. We may see some huge announcement for Doge that could eventually take its price to the upside. All in all, it is now highly likely that Doge is about to rise and shed off its recent losses in the coming few days or weeks. And now, there is another very important update about Dogecoin that I think you shouldn't miss, but I will come to it later. Let's first take a quick look at the current price movement of Dogecoin. So after showing some positive momentum in the last few days, we are now seeing that the upward movement of Doge has been halted. And we can see here that it has been moving sideways during the last 24 hours. However, the good thing is that Doge hasn't crashed. It is just moving sideways after shedding off some of its recent losses. And more importantly, we can see here that Doge is still moving above its 20-day simple moving average and exponential moving average. So this means that it still has the potential to move up again in the following trading sessions. But I'd like to remind you here that this is no financial advice, since I'm not a professional financial advisor. I'm just expressing my opinion here, so it is recommended that you do your own research before investing in cryptos. And with that being said, let's come to the overall crypto market for a minute. So we can see here that just like Dogecoin, the overall crypto market has also halted its upward movement, and almost all cryptos have started to move sideways. But this is not a bad thing at all. This is because we can see here that Bitcoin and altcoins like Ethereum and Shiba Inu are still holding their support level, and they are refusing to go down from here. And I still believe that we are going to see another positive momentum in the market because crypto investors have started to show confidence in the market. We can see here that the crypto fear and greed index has moved up to the 54 level, and it is now clearly showing us that the overall market sentiment has now turned neutral. So it is a clear indication that major investors are now feeling more confident to invest in cryptos. And this is exactly what is going to help cryptos to move up to the upside in the near future. And now if we come to Ethereum, we can see here that there are some very positive things happening for it. And this is why I think that it is going to move up soon. And since it is a leading altcoin, if Ethereum manages to move to the upside, then it will help to move to the upside as well. So as per crypto analyst Benjamin Cowen, Ethereum is most likely gearing up for a major breakout after nearly a year of sideways reaccumulation. Cowen believes that the price range between 2K and 4K is one big reaccumulation zone for Ethereum on its way to higher prices. And this is why he thinks that Ethereum can now manage to fully come out of the current sideways market structure by June or July of this year. And after this move, it will be going on a parabolic rally. He also believes that if ETH breaks out from here and heads higher, that is when things can get somewhat crazy. And there is no guarantee that it will ever come back to the current prices again if it goes higher. And this is not it. We are now seeing that more and more analysts are getting bullish on Ethereum. For example, Anthony Pompliano believes that Ethereum is going to reclaim its support around the 4K region in the coming months. He believes that Ethereum and the broader crypto ecosystem look very different from 2016 and 2018. Still, if history is any indication, and leaving out a new glacial period like 2018, we could perhaps see Ethereum back in the 4K range as early as July 2022. And as far as long-term outlook is concerned, Pompliano believes that corporate demand will continue to explode and assets like ETH will benefit from persistent buys, along with long-term holders, for years and decades to come. So the point is that more and more investors are going to jump on the bandwagon, and this means that Ethereum's long-term outlook is very bullish. Meanwhile, there is another very bullish price prediction for Ethereum. So as per FS Insight, Ethereum is now headed quite a bit higher than many people in the crypto community seem to believe. The firm believes that cryptos are becoming increasingly correlated with tech stocks due to legacy market capital entering the fold. And seeing this, it is now highly likely that Ethereum is going to manage to attract a new wave of investors. And if this happens, then there is a strong likelihood that Ethereum can reach the 12K price level in the second half of 2022. So overall, things are now looking very positive for Ethereum. And as I said, this scenario is also very positive for Dogecoin. And now before I come to Doge again, let's come to Shiba Inu for a minute. So after rallying significantly in the past few days, Shiba Inu has slowed down a bit. However, it is successfully holding its support floor that it achieved after rallying up about 40% during the last 7 days. But the most important thing is that Shiba is expected to imitate another massive rally because its developers have just announced the arrival of a massive project for it. So it looks like really soon it will be possible for holders of Shiba Inu to buy and sell virtual land in the upcoming Shiba metaverse. And we are now seeing that Shiba Inu developers have stepped up their metaverse game by announcing a new project called Shiba Lands. This project will allow purchasing digital real estate that will become available for sale really soon. And it will allow users to immerse themselves in a virtual world, which will combine various elements of the Shiba Inu ecosystem. So this is a massive update for Shiba because we know that metaverse-related coins like Mana and Sandbox have been getting massive traction. So this Shiba Lands project is going to increase both the popularity and utility of Shiba. And once this happens, the price of Shiba Inu will explode. All in all, things have started to get pretty bullish for Shiba and its holders. And now, as promised, let's come to another massive update for Dogecoin that I think every holder needs to see. So we are now seeing that several U.S. lawmakers have introduced the Crypto Tax Fairness Act to strengthen the legitimacy of cryptos in the digital economy of the U.S. The bill would create a workable structure for taxing purchases made with cryptos, and it aims to make cryptos legitimate as a payment method and accelerate cryptos' adoption in the mainstream. So this is very positive news, and it appears that this bill will make it easy for crypto holders to use their coins for making payments, and it will also encourage more and more businesses to accept crypto payments. While it is good for the overall market, I think that it is more positive for Dogecoin because a majority of users and businesses will be preferring Doge for payments purposes. This is because we know that Doge has the lowest transaction fee and smoother process, and this makes it the most suitable currency for making payments. And this is exactly why I think that if this act becomes a law, then Dogecoin's adoption is going to boom in the US. And now, let's come to Bitcoin for a minute. So Bitcoin is currently holding its support around this range, and I think that if it manages to continue to do so, then it will be going to clear the next resistance level around 45K, and it is expected that Bitcoin is going to trade on a positive note this week. This is because we are now seeing that Bitcoin is now closely correlated with the traditional stock market, including the Nasdaq Composite Index and the S&P 500. And since the traditional markets are expected to do well this week, it is highly likely that Bitcoin will now initiate another upward rally from here. And thanks to Dogecoin's price correlation with Bitcoin, if Bitcoin manages to move up from here, then Doge will follow suit. And I think this correlation can turn out to be a massive catalyst for Doge in the future.